Even if we win it all this year, it'll be tarnished. You can't lose that game.
I don't think Ryan Day understands the rivalry between Ohio State and Michigan.
Right now, what we need to do is I think we need to fire Ryan Day.
In this 12-team playoff era, how does that change the importance, the focus, the relevance of Michigan?
I don't think it'll ever change the game, but, when you look back on it, which, we're not going to do right now, we're going to look forward at this game. We're looking at the playoffs and where that goes. Ultimately, the goal is to make the playoffs and win the national championship. That being said, nothing's going to change about the game.
Leading up to the Michigan game, you described what it was like to lose, and you compared it to one of the great tragedies in your life, losing your father and some other things. What led you to say that?
Well, I think when you're the head coach at Ohio State, it's a great honor, just like our players. And we want to win so much to make sure that, we're doing right by these players, the fans, everybody that loves so much about Ohio State. So yeah, we pour into this thing, like with everything that we have. And so, when you don't succeed in some of those games, you feel it and it's real.
What have the last 2 weeks been like for you?
First off, it's always an evaluation to figure out, what are the things that you learn and you grow from. And, we always use a loss as motivation moving forward, always. But quickly you have to transition.
You made the playoff, got the home game. How would you characterize the accomplishments of this team?
Well, when you look at, again, this season, 3 top 5 teams, and we get 2 top 5 wins, 10 wins, lost 2 games by 4 points.
Will Howard took off running, and that killed the game. And Oregon, in a back-and-forth game, wins it 32-31.
And so you look at the body of the work of the season, and, we're in the playoffs. And that's the way we look at it. And so our guys have been resilient in that area. They've continued to be resilient.
From 50 for the win. No good. He hooked it. And Georgia is going to survive.
Think back a couple of years ago, with even just a smidgen of luck, probably win the national championship. How has that impacted your mindset and approach to going into this playoff?
I think for some of the guys in the room who went through that experience, they realize, that sometimes you can be really, really close to something and not realize it. And I think our guys, can use that as an experience and a way to explain to some of the other guys on the team, like, even though, the season didn't end the way we wanted to, we still are in the playoffs.
How do you describe what's at stake for this team, this program Saturday night?
This is a wonderful opportunity for our guys to play the first ever home game in Ohio Stadium, which is going to be a great atmosphere. And, for us to, chase down our goal of winning a national championship. We're 4 games away from that happening.